Welcome to Applied Psychology.
I'm a professor first, but sometimes I work as a consultant.
Who do you think you are? James Bond?
I think I threw my back out.
The Irrational, September 25th on NBC.
Whoa! Big news! DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. You'll be so dialed into every play that you forget to eat your wings. You made my wings cold, DraftKings. Flailing your arms like you can disrupt the free throw. Miss, fool! And a home run will have you crying like it's the birth of your child. I'm so happy.
DraftKings Sportsbook is coming to Kentucky. New customers, download the app now to get $200 in bonus bets when we go live. Because life's more fun when you're in on the action. The crown is yours.
Yeah.
Good evening, everybody. Chris Allen here with a live update on your weather, and it's looking and feeling wonderful tonight. 4-hour clouds and radar together. That's not rain. That's just a little bit of ground clutter. We've had a few passing clouds, but otherwise we are looking at another glorious evening. 65 right now. It's already 58 in Morgantown, 56 in Litchfield and Glasgow. And look at these dew points already dropping into the 40s. A sign of things to come. Just how cool will it get tonight? I'll have a look at your 7-day forecast in just a few minutes.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us tonight for News 40 at 10. I'm Morgan Hoover. A southeastern Kentucky family continues to grieve the loss of their 2-year-old after the child was shot in the head by another toddler. The Whitley County Sheriff's Office says a 3-year-old in the home got a hold of a gun after climbing on top of a kitchen counter and finding that gun on top of a refrigerator. Local officials say this terrible incident is a reminder to all parents to keep guns and other weapons out of reach and locked away. A child as young as 2 or 3 has enough curiosity and strength to pick up a gun and pull a trigger.
They're very curious little humans, and they want to explore and they want to find things. And so I think just putting a gun in a safe location, out of reach from a toddler, out of reach from a child, and again, just to reemphasize practicing that gun safety, talking, having the conversations so that there's no question. If a child does see a gun, they know what it is and they know what not to do.
Hargett says it's not enough to put the gun out of reach. He says to lock the gun in a safe, secure place away from all children.
It's a good reminder for all of us to store our guns safely, securely in our homes, in our vehicles, wherever they are, and to also practice gun safety with children. If you have a gun, if you own a gun, I think it's never too early to start talking about gun safety. And the main practice is just to limit their accessibility to the gun.
Keeping firearms in a place where they cannot be seen or accessed without a key or a code like a gun safe is always a recommended location. Well, something else that may not be seen but can have a deadly outcome is the West Nile virus. Recently, a few animals in Kentucky have been exposed. One horse in Warren County even had to be euthanized. The virus comes from mosquito bites, and in some cases, depending on who or what is bitten, some may appear to be asymptomatic. Other cases are the complete opposite.
It's not an uncommon virus family and typically can cause diseases. With respect to West Nile, the mosquito bites the infected bird and then can transmit the virus to whatever host is susceptible. Again, it just depends on the immune system of the person or the animal more than anything.
Because of the West Nile vaccine, there are less cases. For more information on how you can make sure your animal is well taken care of, you can visit our website. That's WNKY.com. For more local news, a Veterans Appreciation Cookout turned out to be more than just a barbecue. The Veterans Clinic honored many veterans and their families for their service and the countless sacrifices made for the people in this country. It brought the community together while taking the time to show appreciation for the ones who are still with us and the ones we lost too soon.
It's a matter of we earned it. All of our veterans earned everything that we get and receive, and we're very appreciative of that. Just for all the POWs and MIAs who can't be with us, they're not forgotten.
There are many ways for you to support veterans. For more details, visit our website. Well, now to Smiths Grove, where Warren Elementary is celebrating a new principal. Nadina Alexander received the official swearing in this afternoon. School officials say that Alexander is a WKU grad and is an accomplished educator with 18 years of experience. 16 of those years spent in the classroom with students.
I'm excited to start in a school that has such a high legacy like Smiths Grove and North Warren Elementary. It's a small town feel, and that's what I'm used to. That's what I grew up in and what I started elementary school in as well, so I'm excited about that.
Alexander has been employed with the Warren County School District since 2021. She will begin her new role as principal on October 9th. Teachers across the Commonwealth are being celebrated today. The Kentucky Department of Education celebrated its 2024 Teachers of the Year. The honors were given to Kevin Daly, a middle school teacher from Boone County, Donnie Wilkerson, an elementary school teacher in Russell County, and the high school teacher of the year is Kumar Rashad, who teaches math and history at Breckenridge Metropolitan High School in Louisville. The majority of his students at Breckenridge are at-risk youth. Rashad says he hopes he can continue to serve as a role model for the kids that he teaches every day.
With a population like mine, we're just not teaching them just to go on to that next level. We're teaching them in order to be able to stay alive the next day, in order to be productive citizens the next day. So it's really important because we're doing a lot of life-saving in our classes.
Rashad says he is grateful for his family, especially his wife and his mother, who drove down from Cleveland to see him receive these honors. Get to more news in a bit, but I want to check back in now with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, cool night out there.
Yes, it is, and it's going to get even cooler. It's 65 right now with a calm wind, a mainly clear sky. Humidity is only at 56%. The dew points have already fallen into the upper 40s. Typically, that's a sign of where we may land as an overnight low after a high today at 81, just below the average of 84. 64 was our low, but I think we could get down maybe 10 degrees cooler than that, or maybe even more, like around 50 or upper 40s for some of you for later tonight and early tomorrow morning. My complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few minutes. But now let's get a preview of sports. Here's Patrick.
All right, thanks, Chris. We have plenty coming up in sports tonight. WKU basketball has revealed who they will be playing outside of the conference, including a first-time foe with March Madness experience. Find out who will be looking out of state to start this season. Plus, WKU Golf is bringing home an award, and the Tops are gearing up for Ohio State. That's all coming up in sports. Morgan.
All right, Patrick, thank you very much. And 'tis the season to toss the pigskin around. And a first for Glasgow and Barron County, a teaming up before their rival game on Friday night. News 40's Michael Ridgway brings us a look at this inaugural event.
It's football season, and in Glasgow, a friendly gathering of foes takes place on the square.
Tonight is the Barron County Glasgow Spirit Festival. It's our first opportunity to be able to offer this. This is my first year as Barron County Judge Executive, and I want to continue to offer positive environments for our students and kids to come to and families.
Barron County is a tight-knit community, so it's no surprise there was a good turnout.
This is kind of bringing everybody together and making it fun for both schools and really getting the game excited because we haven't had the game for a few years, so it's coming back. This is it. So everybody's excited because we haven't played in a while.
If you notice on the square, you'll see a lot of painted windows.
The Pep Club came up here and decorated around the square. They painted, and the Glasgow school system came up here and they did some too. So that's more excitement bringing to the community. People just driving around and they're seeing there's a big game on Friday.
With the mechanical bull and dunk tank out, Judge Executive Byrd thinks it's been pretty successful.
But it's not just about the football game. It's just about all Barron County Glasgow sports and kids and kind of an opportunity to recognize them. We did some trivia tonight, so some kids got some free giveaways and just getting the cheerleaders and playing the fight song and look at all these families just being able to kind of hang out in the downtown area and support our local businesses. And honestly, it was just about, like I said, providing a positive, safe environment for our family and kids.
In Glasgow, because local football matters, Michael Ridgway, WNKY News 40.
All right, Michael. And as some cooler temperatures move into the southern Kentucky area, it may be time to think about how your HVAC and other parts of your home will deal with the change in weather. A home inspection and an inspection of your heating and air unit can keep disaster from striking when it is most needed in the colder months, but can also save some money and power.
It's always better to do a preventative maintenance program to get ahead of any problems prior to that cold season hit, and then you're without heat. The other part of it is the efficiency of how that unit runs.
Some local energy providers offer a free one-time home inspection or a home inspection checklist. And 145,000 auto workers are keeping a close eye on the clock as they wait to see if they go to work on Friday or potentially go on strike. The uncertainty comes as the 11:59 p.m. Thursday night deadline approaches for the United Auto Workers Union to work out a deal with the big three automakers. It's General Motors, Ford, Stellantis. Emily Schmidt has more on what's on the line.
All month, from parades to practice pickets, talk of an auto worker strike has been talk. But words carry new weight with a looming deadline.
I hope they come to an agreement, but prepared to strike all the way.
We're absolutely ready for a strike, and I know the UAW is too, but we don't want it to come to a strike.
Ford's CEO said Tuesday the company sent the union, quote, its most generous offer in 80 years, including
pay increases, elimination of tiers, inflation protection, 5 weeks of vacation.
A source with knowledge tells CNN the Ford wage offer is 16%, with GM a bit more than 16% and Stellantis around 14.5%. The union initially demanded 40%.
But they're still not willing to agree on the kinds of raise that will make up for inflation on top of decades of falling wages.
The average worker makes $65,000 a year. My CEO makes more than that in a day.
Wednesday, business groups urged the White House to provide support for the two sides to reach an agreement. The chairman of the Council of Economic Advisors would not say if President Joe Biden supports a strike.
He wants the parties to stay at the table to work round the clock to get a win-win agreement.
Negotiations are private. In the meantime,
we are not asking for nothing that we don't deserve.
Public talk will likely stay tough.
Mighty union.
I'm Emily Schmidt reporting.
Still to come on News 40 at 10, growing concerns at the Pentagon as North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un meets with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Could a possible military agreement be in their future? The latest details in just a bit. But first, Weather Chief Chris Allen is back after the break with a full look at our forecast. He'll tell us what we can expect to see right after this.
Pictionary. Every weekday, Pictionary on NBC 40. Can't watch us live on WNKY News 40? Watch us anytime on View It.
You see the worst of the worst in this job, but I do it to bring justice for victims and help them move on with their lives. When a woman or girl becomes pregnant from rape, the trauma is unimaginable. Daniel Cameron thinks a 9-year-old rape survivor should be forced to give birth. Nobody, no child, should ever have to go through that. Cameron believes rapists deserve more rights than their victims. That's extreme, and it's dangerous.
Morris Jewelry is this area's independent and trusted source for diamonds. We're an experienced direct diamond importer, and custom design is our specialty. With diamond engagement rings starting at $33 per month, our prices can't be beat.
I'm Ashley Wilson. Here's what's coming up on News 40 Sunrise. Learn how you can support one local little girl as she continues her fight against a rare disease. Plus, learn the history of the George Washington Carver Center in this week's Throwback Thursday. These stories and more on News 40 Sunrise.
At Abound Credit Union, we're for tailgating and grocery getting. We're for belting it out and being rocked to sleep. We're for getaways and get-togethers. Because Abound is for the auto loans and refinancing that bring value for living.
It's that time again for Cheney's Dairy Barns ice cream and a movie. Head over to Cheney's for a free movie under the stars. Join us September 15th and 16th for the Super Mario Brothers movie. For more info, visit Cheney'sDairyBarn.com.
The competition is on. This is nerve-wracking. Do you have what it takes for Jeopardy?
Weeknights at 6 on NBC 40.
We're back with Weather Chief Chris Allen. Chris, it's getting cooler out there. I had to put on a little jacket when I came back to work tonight. I know.
Already starting to feel it. A little sweater, sweater weather.
Sweater weather.
Yeah, I would say some of you that are about to go to bed now and get up early in the morning to go to work or whatever you're going to do, you'll probably maybe need a jacket or a sweater. I mean, some may dip as low as the upper 40s for lows tonight. More like October than September, wouldn't you say? Right now, it's a very nice 65 degrees. At the Bowling Green Airport, the winds are calm, the skies are clear. The dew point only at 49. That's just awesome for this time of the year. Now, it is going to stay kind of like this for the next couple of hours. Then we'll start to see the temperatures really start to kind of go for a dive here as we get closer to, say, 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning and just before sunrise. 81 was our high today, actually 3 degrees below the average of 84. 64 was our low temperature. 61 where we ought to be. We're going to be closer to 54 to 51, and as I mentioned, maybe even upper 40s for some of you that are watching tonight in some of the outlying areas around southern Kentucky. So yeah, you may even consider possibly turning on a little heat tonight for some of you. It's possible. As you see, high pressure is still over the Great Lakes, and we're on the eastern side of that circulation of high pressure, which means the winds are coming in from the north and northeast. There's not a lot of cloud cover. There's not a lot of anything going on within hundreds of miles of Bowling Green and southern Kentucky. You may get a few patchy clouds, a little bit of fog, but the air is very dry, so I don't think we'll see much in the way of fog tonight. As you get up at 6 a.m. tomorrow, look at this. You see all that blue? That is a temperature scale indicating around 50 and maybe even some upper 40s just to the north of us in places like central Illinois, Indiana, and Ohio. In Bowling Green, yeah, there could be a 48, 49, or 50 for an overnight low. Tomorrow afternoon, about 1 o'clock, sunshine, just a few fair weather clouds, and the wind still coming out of the north and east. And as we go through time, tomorrow evening, mainly clear. Friday morning, mainly clear. And the winds will be more easterly then because the center of high pressure will move over Lake Erie. And eventually we'll find a warm up starting maybe by Saturday, but at the same time, we're going to have a chance of showers come in by Saturday afternoon and evening. Not a lot of rain, just enough with a little system coming in to maybe wet the ground. Here is the latest on Hurricane Lee. Still a Category 2 storm, winds at 105 miles per hour, but lots of concern for the state of Maine and Nova Scotia. That is where the impact is going to be felt later on as we get into the weekend and into Saturday and Sunday as that system moves on in. It's been a long time since the state of Maine and Nova Scotia has had anything like a tropical storm or even a hurricane. 53 tonight, but that's in the city. I think outlying areas could be in the upper 40s, mainly clear and cool. Then tomorrow and the next several days, we're looking at beautiful weather, except for that chance of a shower Saturday and Sunday, but only at 20%. And the temperatures will stay nice and fall like upper 70s to low 80s, lows around 50. And we're back with more News 40 at 10 right after this.
Hardee's Double Deals pack double the charbroiled beef and melty cheese. Choose a double cheeseburger or bacon double cheeseburger starting at $2.99. Hardee's, goodness in the making. Get exclusive offers on the Hardee's app.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Toyota Camry has been America's best-selling car for over 20 years.
Hey, everybody knows that. But here's something you may not know. It's now available with all-wheel drive.
To give you the confidence and peace of mind to handle any kind of road conditions.
And of course, Camry's assembled right here in the USA.
Now you can get 3.99 APR financing on an exciting new Camry, plus 2 years no-cost maintenance.
The more you know, the more you'll drive Toyota. Let's go places.
WNKY News 40 Weather wants you to join our team. Become a weather watcher at WNKY.com. You can connect directly with our team. Plus, your photos and videos will be featured in our weathercasts.
Presented by JB Electric.
Dog Stay Out is South Central Kentucky's 5-paw rated dog resort. Whether for the day or a whole vacation, Dog Stay Out will keep your pets safe and loved. Dog Stay Out offers boarding, daycare, agility courses, positive reinforcement training, grooming, and more. With multiple packages to choose from, pamper your pup any way you see fit. Find out more at DGOKY.com. Your dog's home away from home. Dog Stay Out.
The Queen of Country takes her throne.
Team Reba.
The Voice this fall.
There's a new flavor in Hardee's Craft Kitchen. Nashville Hot Chicken. Juicy, 100% white meat dipped in buttermilk, hand-breaded and seasoned to bring the heat. Breakfast, lunch, or dinner, new Nashville Hot is goodness in the making.
In Washington, Republicans gathered behind closed doors to discuss their upcoming impeachment inquiry of President Biden. The White House has called the probe baseless. Nicole Killian reports Utah Senator Mitt Romney, a critic of both the president and Donald Trump, announced he won't seek re-election.
House Republicans huddled behind closed doors Wednesday, ready to move full speed ahead with their impeachment inquiry against President Biden, unilaterally authorized by Speaker Kevin McCarthy.
How do you justify this impeachment inquiry without holding a full House vote?
Oh, easily, because Nancy Pelosi changed the rules and the president.
Despite saying earlier this month that he would hold a vote, the Speaker pointed to former Speaker Nancy Pelosi's decision 4 years ago to announce an impeachment inquiry into then-President Trump. It took 5 weeks until the House voted.
The resolution is adopted,
prompting the Trump Department of Justice to declare that impeachment inquiries are invalid unless the chamber takes a formal vote.
This is completely impeachment theater. There is no additional power that the Republican Congress has.
The chair overseeing the probe into the business dealings of Mr. Biden's son and associates countered.
We are following the money, and we will see where that leads us.
The White House continued to insist there is no evidence of wrongdoing by the president.
This is a political stunt.
Utah Senator Mitt Romney, who announced he's retiring next year, said his party needs to move on and the impeachment inquiry lacks merit.
I haven't heard any allegation of something that would rise to the level of a high crime or misdemeanor.
The Republican senator and former presidential nominee said the Trump wing of the party is too hung up on resentments and settling scores. Romney is 76 and said his age was a factor in his decision not to seek re-election and believes it's time for a new generation of leaders. Nicole Killian, CBS News, Capitol Hill.
Switching gears, Earth may not be within its safe operating space for humanity much longer. Scientists in 8 countries are warning human actions have pushed the world into the danger zone in 6 of 9 categories. Those categories were designed to gauge survivability for people. They include things like climate change, biodiversity, and fresh water use. The good news is thresholds were purposely set conservatively, so when we surpass them, there's still time to course correct. That happened back in the 1990s after scientists sounded alarm bells on the ozone layer. The world responded by phasing out ozone-depleting chemicals. It's now on track to recover completely. Well, in world news, turning overseas now to a meeting today between 2 nuclear-armed adversaries of the U.S. North Korean dictator Kim Jong-un and Vladimir Putin spending more than 4 hours together in Far East Russia, discussing possible military cooperation. David Martin reports from the Pentagon, where there are growing concerns about this rogue state alliance.
Kim Jong-un rode his armored mystery train into Russia to meet Vladimir Putin. But there was no mystery about the message the 2 dictators were sending. This is our new Cosmodrome, Putin told Kim. And the sight of them touring Russia's newest space launch facility looked like a down payment on a Russian promise to help North Korea develop more powerful missiles that could threaten the U.S. Probably not by coincidence. North Korea launched 2 short-range missiles just before the visit began. Kim was all ears, asking detailed questions about the diameter of a rocket. The U.S. was all ears, too.
Any arrangement that would improve North Korea's military capabilities would be certainly would be of significant concern to us.
Putin, of course, will want something in return. And what he needs most is help to keep firing artillery in Ukraine at the rate of 10 million rounds a year. Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley told CBS News Russia can't keep that rate up.
Their consumption rates have gone down a lot because their industry is not producing the amounts that they were, previously in years gone by.
What does North Korea have that Russia wants?
Well, munitions, the same calibers and types of munitions that the Russians use, the same types that the North Koreans use.
Whatever the details of an arms deal, Kim Jong-un has now clearly thrown in with Russia, promising Putin, quote, full and unconditional support for his, quote, sacred fight against the West. David Martin, CBS News, the Pentagon.
Well, stay with us. Your sports news is next.
Join the WNKY News 40 weather team. Visit WNKY.com to become a weather watcher. Do you have musty smells coming up from your crawl space? USS is here to help. Neglected crawl spaces and excessive moisture can cause mold, unwanted pests, wood rot, and high energy bills. A USS encapsulation system will help prevent these issues and improve the air quality in your crawl space, making the air in your home cleaner and healthier for you and your family. Visit USS-KY.com for a free estimate.
We'll guarantee our best. Call USS.
Lisa has a few blips on her credit report. But this is her jumping for joy like a tween girl at her birthday party when her crush shows up. You see, Lisa just got approved to finance a car right from her phone because Byrider looked at extra factors beyond her credit score, like how she's never missed a rent payment. Now, Lisa's ready to move forward in a car she can't wait to drive. Apply to finance a car at Byrider.com and find out if you're pre-approved in 3 minutes or less.
I'm attorney Deborah Brose. I am committed to my clients across South Central Kentucky. But don't just take it from me. If you've suffered a personal injury, I can help. Call our office today for a free consultation.
The UPS store on Scottsville Road is your one-stop for personal and professional services. We offer printing, shipping and packing, notary, mailboxes, and much more. Locally owned and operated. The UPS store on Scottsville Road.
Life is a series of timely decisions. Will you be ready? Pathways Senior Care Advisors are here to help you navigate the right path. Call Pathways Senior Care Advisors Mary Coron and Stacy Carter for your free consultation at 270-901-1878 or visit pathwayssca.com. Better informed, better choices.
WNKY News 40 is always on. Visit WNKY.com for your latest in local news, sports, and weather.
Welcome into sports. WKU basketball released their non-conference slate for the upcoming season. The team will open the year hosting Kentucky Wesleyan on November 6th. WKU will then travel to Wichita State and Murray State before a home matchup with Kentucky State. The Tops are also set for an in-state rivalry showdown with Eastern Kentucky here in Diddle Arena on December 3rd. WKU will close out their non-conference play with Buffalo, Wright State, and Abilene Christian. Well, staying on the hill, Lady Topper golfer Katie Craig was named Conference USA Co-Golfer of the Week. Craig was given the award after winning the Jennifer Duke Invitational at Cincinnati this week. Craig finished the dominant performance at Cincinnati with a 4-under-66 final round. Well, the WKU football team is gearing up for a massive Week 3 matchup this upcoming weekend. Tops are set to visit Ohio for a showdown with Ohio State. Both teams are currently 2-0 on the season. Here are offensive coordinator Drew Hollingshead's thoughts on Saturday.
I feel confident in our guys going up there and being well prepared and hungry to get the football. So we'll be prepared, and I know they will be too. But that's going to be a key in the game is being able to, make some plays in the intermediate game. But we got to hit our shots when they give it to us. So the credit to them, they've recruited well and they're well coached. But we're going to be prepared and ready to go.
Well, Jeff Brom, the Louisville Cardinals are preparing for a big road game this Saturday as well. The Cards will travel to Bloomington for a matchup with the Indiana Hoosiers. Louisville is coming off a dominant win over Murray State on Friday night. Here's what Coach Brom had to say about Saturday's matchup.
So they're really playing really good right now on defense. Offensively, they found 2 quarterbacks that they like. They've got a dynamic playmaker in the backfield. So we're going to have our hands full. We've got to play good football, have a good week of practice, and get ourselves ready to go.
Well, the Kentucky Wildcats will be back on the gridiron on Saturday, hosting the Akron Zips at Kroger Field. The Cats are coming off a shaky win over Eastern Kentucky last weekend. Head coach Mark Stoops knows there's plenty of work that needs to be done.
I think there's things that we know we need to improve on and have to improve on as the competition improves. And so we will be anxious to get back to work here again today. I think there were definite signs of improvement this past week, even though it didn't always appear right there on the film.
And finally, the Tennessee Titans are looking to bounce back this weekend after a tough loss to the Saints in Week 1. Titans are set to host Justin Herbert and the Los Angeles Chargers at Nissan Stadium. Kickoff is set for noon on Sunday. For cornerback Christian Fulton, here were his thoughts on the Chargers offense.
It's a challenge every week in this league. You're going to face different skill sets, different guys, big or small. So it's going to be on us, to identify what their strengths is. And obviously we think that's, throwing the ball. They can also run it. But, just doing our part, in the back end, making sure we're all on the same page, making the right checks, and keeping the ball in front of us.
Well, that's a look at sports. We'll be right back.
We all want our kids to have a future here in Kentucky. That's why I'm working hard to bring more jobs here. Companies big and small are setting up all over Kentucky, revitalizing communities and creating thousands of good-paying jobs. Over 46,000 more jobs than we had before COVID. Unemployment has never been lower, and we've helped hundreds of businesses launch or expand. This is Kentucky's future. Our economy is on fire. Let's keep it going.
We've got the drinks and good times. Now all we need is you. The 8th annual Bourbon and Brew Fest presented by the Mick Gaming Hall is back Saturday, October 21st at Bowling Green Ballpark. We have an expansive selection of bourbons, craft beers, mixed drinks, and more. Plus, sip while shopping, specialty vendors all around the ballpark. VIP ticket holders can enjoy the Heaven Hill VIP experience in the Performance Food Club, while premium ticket holders can take part in the Premium Lounge. Tickets start at just $50 and are on sale now at bgbrewfest.com or by calling 270-901-2121.
Connect with WNKY News 40 on social media. Follow us at WNKY TV. Kick it back to the 80s at this year's Lip Sync Battle, benefiting Megan's Mobile Grocery. Get your tickets today at lipsyncbattlebg.com. Join us September 21st at Soki Marketplace, presented by Service One Prosper Foundation.
Just rockin' and rollin', baby.
Come back tomorrow.
We got you all fixed up. Got it all fixed up for you, man. Let there be light, ma'am.
Looks like she finally called JV.
During Sleep Outfitters Labor Day sale, get any size Sealy mattress for the twin size price. America's #1 mattress brand starting at just $219. Plus, get budget-friendly payment options. Come get outfitted for life-changing sleep today, only at Sleep Outfitters.
Bop it, twist it, pull it. That was a fun one. Cabbage Patch Kids, even Ken, who you see on your screen right now, not Barbie, just Ken, with his starring role in the Barbie movie. It feels like Ken has a good chance of making it to the final 3, and fans can vote on their favorite today through September 20th, and the finalist will be announced later on November 9th. Look, some baseball cards are in there. There's the Cabbage Patch Kids.
I think I saw Connect 4.
Connect 4, yeah.
That's got to be a finalist in my opinion.
Oh, absolutely.
That's a top tier game.
Some old school games. That look,
yeah, there it is. I see it. Bingo, look at that.
Oh, bingo, yeah.
Yeah.
Bingo's not in the Hall of Fame yet?
I predict there will be a Ken movie. I'm just saying. I'm just saying there will probably be a Ken movie.
Sequel.
Yeah, there is going to be a Barbie too, by the way. I'm up on these things.
Big Barbie.
Not that I like Barbie.
Big Barbie fan.
Upper 70s to around 80 by Friday. Tonight, though, maybe even some upper 40s.
Ooh, nice. Nice night to play with your Barbies, Chris. All right, we'll see you tomorrow morning.